This is CBC Winnipeg News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Manitoba's new government is shifting where the province spends money. It's cutting back on some programs from the previous PC government to make good on NDP promises. It says the moves are necessary to keep a forecasted $1.6 billion deficit under control. For more on this, we're joined by the CBC's Ian Fraze reporting live from the newsroom. So, Ian, what's being chopped?
$123 million, Janet, from a range of areas. Some of those savings include $15 million because of the surgical task force being disbanded, as we've told you about on this show before. $25 million by ending the IDEA fund. That was an idea from the former PC government to create a pool of money for civil servants to propose ideas and that fund to be used. $16 million in savings will be realized by ending some PPE from being purchased, and $14 million from getting rid of redundant health care administration. Now, no one will lose their jobs through this, but there were some positions that were vacant. All of this money will go towards the NDP's promises, such as the gas tax holiday, improvements to health care like more hospital beds, and temporary accommodations for people experiencing homelessness and new Canadians on temporary visas.
What we're doing here today is we're sending this clear message that we're holding the line. We inherited a $1.6 billion deficit from the Stephenson government, and now we're holding the line through the rest of the fiscal year while delivering on some key election promises, like reducing the fuel tax, like investing in healthcare. And we're doing this so that we can honor our commitments, but also take a balanced approach when it comes to fiscal responsibility.
The PCs are continuing to accuse the NDP of inflating this deficit number to make them look bad. The PC's finance critic, Abhi Khan, says that if this deficit is as bad as the government is saying it is, why not use these savings to offset that deficit?
So, Ian, last night we reported that the NDP is lifting a suspension former Premier Brian Pallister put in place on opening more casinos. Did Premier Wamkanu have anything to say about that today?
Yeah, he did. He says he is open to seeing First Nations casinos in Winnipeg. Now, around 6-7 years ago, there was a plan with some northern Manitoba First Nations to move a casino from the PA to Winnipeg. But the Premier at the time, Brian Pallister, said no. He thought there was an oversaturation for casinos. Now, Canoe says he's seen no specific proposal from a First Nation now, but he's willing to listen.
What we're saying is that we're open to working together on economic reconciliation. And if that includes a future proposal from the Nawayo-Tena site or other urban Indigenous economic development zones around the province, we'll certainly consider it.
Canoe says he's looking to strike a balance between the potential expansion of gambling in Manitoba with any social impacts around addiction. He also says he wants more liquor marts. He suggested one could be built out in Headingley, where a new Costco is being planned. Janet.
Thank you very much. That's the CBC's Ian Fraze reporting live tonight. A Winnipeg woman no longer faces a second-degree murder charge for a fatal shooting. Court heard Samantha Bruyere was protecting another woman when she shot and killed Ira Disbrow in 2022. At a hearing last month, court heard she shot Disbrow after he came at her and another woman with a knife. Bruyere pleaded guilty to a weapons charge related to the shooting and was sentenced to 4 years in jail. More than a dozen people are out of their homes after a fire this morning on Main Street. It ripped through the studio of the Edge Gallery right around Logan Avenue. No one was hurt, but there is loss. Matt Humphrey has more now on how people are reacting.
This is the way the day started for gallery director Elise Nadeau.
Then when we went downstairs, the smoke was already huge. And I was like, oh yeah, fire extinguishers. And all I cared about was like, I'm gonna put this out, you know? And then I got overwhelmed by the smoke, and I protect the place so much, but I had that little click saying, get the out, you know?
During the cold early morning, a fire started just outside a window of the building. It spread inside. The studio space of the Edge Gallery and Urban Arts Center is badly damaged.
Oh, the space is my life. It's a place to create. It's a place in downtown that we have such a great community. We're just right on that verge to get that front door out. Can I take a break first? Just a second. Yeah. Sorry.
It's been emotional. Around a dozen people call the building home, a mix of commercial and residential. Most of the art is pottery and tolerant to flame, and the gallery area is okay. But Nadeau and other residents are now staying at a hotel while they wait to learn what's next.
When it came down to fight it with my fire extinguisher, I already started seeing things falling down from the ceiling. And then we went to the back, and there were like 30 fire people standing around, and we could see Billy Joe's apartment catching fire.
Billy Joe Green didn't have time to gather his things. Now he's shopping for new clothes.
There was no time. The fire at our apartment was coming up the window so fast we had to get out immediately. This is my kitchen window right there.
The Juno-nominated Winnipeg musician's apartment was the hardest hit.
I slept on sweatpants, and out the door fire escape we went, and we didn't look back because it was very scary, very, very fiery and life-threatening.
Later, firefighters went back in to get Green's guitars, some worth thousands of dollars.
There's some water damage, that's why we came to Walmart to also get some of those little pouches to throw inside the guitars to dry them out.
You can see all the damage in the roof.
Nadeau is waiting to hear about her insurance. One of her biggest concerns now is having to reschedule all the pottery classes. Matt Humphrey, CBC News, Winnipeg.
If you don't yet have a Christmas tree, you can always go chop one down yourself. The CBC's Bryce Hoy spoke with people doing just that this week, legally, on a plot of Crown land east of Winnipeg. But beware, doing this, chopping down your own tree, it's not without its risks.
On this side, Dave!
Yeah, no, I was hearing him coming. Like
you heard him, eh?
Yeah.
The sun is setting, mercury dropping. Yvette Brolt's patience is thinning.
We're looking for my husband who's in the middle of nowhere trying to find his tree, our Christmas tree.
Dave! Yvette says you have to go home for dinner. Brolt and her husband Dave Reed have been chopping down their own Christmas trees on Crown land for 7 years here in St. Rita, east of Winnipeg. They're not alone. While some are searching for Dave, for others, the search is over.
It's just a good place to come out and let the dog run around a little bit and, find your Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Cost was a factor this year for Andrew Thompson. The permits only run for about $10.
We normally go to a tree farm, but we looked it up this year and it got quite expensive, almost double the amount. So being able to come out here and still cut down your own tree at a reasonable price is definitely sort of the influence.
That may be part of what's behind a surge in popularity. The province sold 500 permits a year from 2010 to 2019. That average jumped tenfold to 5,000 per year since 2020, when e-licensing was introduced. There are about a dozen zones on Crown land where you can cut down a Christmas tree with a permit. That includes 3 in the southeast. St. Rita is only 50 kilometers from Winnipeg. Permits allow 1 tree per household. Dave Reed set out for the perfect, bushy balsam fir.
The sun, when it sets, you know.
It's starting to get a little bit concerned for our friend Dave.
I am too.
Dave!
Oh, over there, eh?
Okay.
He's covering ground. Okay.
This is crazy.
Does Dave always disappear for some undefined period of time and worry you like this?
No, usually we're together with the family, and they go in together to get the tree, and then he comes out, but he wanted to get something special this year.
Dave!
Did he find it?
Finally.
Okay, we're heading towards the truck. Your wife is very worried.
Yeah, I actually got lost in the bush for like 2 or 3 hours. And lo and behold, I found the tree.
The tree, the exact tree of your dreams.
The exact tree. Of your dreams. Yes, except In all the whatever, I lost my saw.
Despite Dave's tense disappearing act, Brolt says this is what it's all about.
There we go. Perfect.
A family tradition heading into snow-encrusted forests together.
Take care. Merry Christmas.
Manitoba's tree permit program runs until Christmas Day. Bryce Hoy, CBC News in St. Rita, Manitoba.
Dave clearly has a big space for that tree. Well, as you heard in Bryce's report, Manitoba's forestry branch says it is handing out more permits so people can go legally chop down their own Christmas tree. That might suggest people these days prefer real trees over fake one. We wanted to check, so we asked Winnipeggers what they prefer. Here's CBC's Jim Agapito talking with people at CF Polo Park.
We're here at Polo Park Mall in Winnipeg finding out whether Winnipeggers like real Christmas trees or fake ones. We're about to find out. Do you prefer a fake Christmas tree or a real one?
A fake one because the pine needles probably get everywhere.
A real Christmas tree.
Okay, why?
Why? The smell, and it's real. It's not going to be real Christmas if it's not a real Christmas tree.
Which one do you prefer?
The real one.
I prefer the fake one just because I have dogs and they'll eat it.
I think I'm gonna go with the real one.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know, it just feels more authentic, you know, it's just nicer to have a real one in your home.
What about ornaments? What goes on your tree?
Different colors, ornaments for the kids, garland, tinsel, Christmas lights.
We have like ornaments from when I was a kid. Growing up, things that I made and my sister made and stuff that my mom collected over the years.
You know, the whole 9 yards, the ornaments, the streamers, candy canes.
Random ornaments we've got from over the years.
I like the color white, so anything like white ribbons, white, what do you call those little balls, I guess?
Is there anything else that I missed you'd like to mention?
No. Nothing. You got everything.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we couldn't decide, so we just did one of each.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like the weather in Canada can't decide if this really is winter yet.
Yeah, so warm to the west of us. I showed the same map yesterday. Today, the numbers are a lot different. Have a look. 8 degrees, 9 degrees around Swift Current, Regina, 11 in Calgary. Of course, warm on the coast. And this is that upper ridge I've been talking about, and it is going to start to drift over into the eastern prairies. We did make it to -2 later on this afternoon, but you know what will happen here is through into Thursday afternoon, the bottom half of the province and much of the north in that warm air. Now that air just continues to move away, but we keep getting these ridges forming in the west. And again, into early next week, Monday, we've got another batch of mild air just to the west of Manitoba. Even southwestern Manitoba still very warm at that time. So this is going to continue for a while. We had some gusts up to 40 kilometers per hour just in the last couple of hours. This is brief, and then wind will be around 20 to 25 overnight. But right now, Winnipeg at -3. We had some cloud. It has cleared. There is some cloud to the north of us, and I'm hoping that we don't see much in the way of cloud overnight because there's a meteor shower. Much more on that coming up in my next weather segment. But tonight and tomorrow night, good chance to see some falling stars, some meteors. Futurecast keeps us in the clear sky overnight and through the day tomorrow. Should be a bright day, not just in the south, but northwestern Ontario, up into northern Manitoba. Very warm temperatures. I'll also show you those numbers in my next segment. There's Thursday afternoon, and then on into Friday, there is a system to the south of us. There's one of the models, one of the American models, has this moving up a lot farther to the north with some freezing rain and some flurries or snow. But most of the models agree that this is staying down in Minnesota as we head through the day on Friday. So a sun cloud mix on Friday and still not just mild, but above zero. Normal high now is -10, and we're looking at temperatures of 4 on Thursday and still +1 on Friday. Tomorrow morning, -1, a little on the breezy side, but nice and sunny. There's your afternoon temperature. And then going forward, as we head through that warm day, again on Friday, we've got a -1 on Saturday and a -3 on Sunday.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
When Winnipeg actor Quinn Green was growing up, he really didn't like Christmas. His family would visit relatives, his allergies and asthma would kick in, and you know, it's hard to have fun when you're sick. It made him feel like the Grinch, a role he now performs with the Winnipeg Jazz Orchestra. Quinn Green, aka the Grinch, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Tomorrow, when you take the stage at the West End Cultural Centre, that'll be tomorrow afternoon and again in the evening, it'll be the second year you've played the Grinch at a Winnipeg Jazz Orchestra concert. What's that like?
It's a truly amazing experience. It's so much fun to play with the big full live band on stage. You know, we've done a few shows now with since 2018 together, pairing sort of you know, narrative live physical theater. I'm a comedian, and then this huge, beautiful big band jazz experience. And playing the Grinch, I mean, it's so much fun to love and loathe Christmas at the same time. And we do all kinds of fun gags on stage. I've got all kinds of different things set up on the stage, ornaments and decorations, and I steal them throughout the show. We give things to the audience, and I steal them back. Boy, that's a good feeling.
Good enough feeling to change your view of Christmas?
Absolutely. You know what? Honestly, growing up, it was, you know, Christmas can be a lot of things to a lot of different people. And for me, you know, there were challenges about it in a number of different ways. And really, I didn't start opening up to my love of Christmas until I started working with the Winnipeg Jazz Orchestra. Their amazing artistic director, Richard Gillis, reached out to me years ago, and doing shows with them, it's just truly special. It's just this truly fun event to connect with the audience in that way. And of course, Grinch is such a classic Christmas grump. Playing him, the audiences just eat it up. So yeah, I can say I'm a reformed Grinch, except for tomorrow night.
Tomorrow's concerts, the WJO will also be backing up your father, Dave Green. Now, he's worked his career as a trucker, but then discovered this talent and love he has for performing Elvis songs. What did that discovery and that second job give your father?
Well, you know, Dad had a really tough life. You know, he's had in his youth, he struggled a lot, and he was a very, very shy guy, very, very withdrawn. You know, I think he was dealing with a lot of anxieties and things that we didn't really have names for yet. And when I was in my teens, he started doing socials and karaoke out in the Interlake where I grew up, and fell in love with Elvis tribute artists. You know, paying homage to the king of rock and roll, and the crowds loving it, and connecting with audiences not only here, but he's been to Collingwood, in Ontario, Penticton, in BC, all over Canada and the US. And it really unlocked this superpower he has in him now. No longer a shy guy, and fantastically fun to watch on stage. He really gives it all out there to the audience.
So how does it feel for you to have this opportunity to share the stage with your father?
Honestly, it's he's my hero. I love him so much, and you know, we've had some issues with our family. You know, we've had some challenges in the past few years. And of course, with 2020 and beyond, live performance has been a struggle for a lot of us, comedians, actors, musicians alike. So the opportunity to be back on stage, not only doing something I love, but sharing that stage with a person who I love. And seeing him come alive on the stage with the audience, handing out teddy bears and being silly and singing to the swooning ladies, Can't Help Falling in Love. It's a truly special experience. So yeah, sharing the stage with my hero, can't get much better than that.
Quinn Green, thank you so much for sharing this story with me, and have a blast tomorrow.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
For the Israeli military, the past 24 hours have marked the worst single-day losses the military suffered. Meantime, rain, cold, flooding plaguing one of the refugee encampments in Gaza. We'll bring you the latest from the region when CBC Winnipeg News returns. Fighting has been fierce in southern and northern Gaza today, less than a day after the UN passed a non-binding resolution calling for a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. Israel suffered one of the deadliest days for its soldiers in the conflict, and in southern Gaza, the humanitarian crisis just keeps getting worse. Sasha Petrusek has more on the story.
Battles fought amid Gaza's urban rubble turned deadly for Israel as soldiers were ambushed in areas considered subdued. 9 were killed here alone. That included 2 senior commanders who were laid to rest today. They are the worst losses in more than a month of fighting, coming as Israel's leadership feels the pressure. Political pressure from the families of more than 100 hostages still held by Hamas.
We came here for a strong message that to bring the
all hostages home now.
International pressure as the Pope added his voice to an overwhelming vote at the UN for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza from a world shocked by the death toll. Most Israelis say they see no choice.
It's awful that there's so many civilian casualties, and if we could, we're doing our very best to try and avoid them. But this is war, and that's what happens in war.
What's happening in Gaza is more death. These are children being killed, he says, innocents. And more misery for the survivors. We have the suffering of war, he says, and now the cold weather and winter. There's little food or medicine. The one UNICEF shipment was allowed in to a hospital today. For almost 2 million uprooted Palestinians, say UN officials.
I have to say, it is a living hell.
Still, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is defiant. In the face of great pain and international pressure, he told commanders, we will fight until victory. Sasha Petrusik, CBC News, Toronto.
In Israel, political divisions are growing over the direction of the war with Hamas. Increasingly, as you heard, anger is being directed at Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Many Israelis, including relatives of the hostages, have criticized the government for failing to stop the October 7th attacks. Margaret Evans has this report from Jerusalem.
No love lost here for Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel's wartime leader blamed by the crowd for failings they say allowed Hamas to stage its October 7th massacre. Maoz Inon's parents were killed when the militants fired a shoulder-launched rocket at their house.
They promised us security, they promised us governance, and they totally failed, like no other government in the history of Israel.
It's not a huge demonstration, but opinion polls support their calls for Netanyahu's resignation. Some 70% of Israelis want him to go now or right after the war. Many in the crowd were already pushing for his exit. In massive protests earlier in the year against his government's efforts to clip the wings of Israel's Supreme Court.
We're here now because this government doesn't want to finish the war. Netanyahu wants to go on and on because he's afraid of the day after.
Yesterday, Netanyahu rejected Washington's hopes for the day after the Gaza war, including a path to a two-state solution. It speaks to his base, including Isaac Blazer.
I can tell you that I vehemently oppose the two-state solution. I don't want to see it here. And in my opinion, I don't think there is such a thing as a Palestinian people.
But it also speaks to heightened Israeli fears in the wake of the Hamas attacks.
There isn't just, the good fellows that are promoting a two-state solution and those who are trying to undermine it. There are serious questions and challenges of how to manage this day after.
That doesn't mean Israelis will trust Netanyahu. His policy of propping up Hamas at the expense of the Palestinian Authority to undermine peace talks is now an open secret.
He is seen as being personally responsible for the policies that strengthened Hamas over the last 15 years. That he cannot undo, even if he turns around and destroys them.
One more reason for him to go, says Maoz Inon, who wants Western governments, including Canada, to stop supporting what he calls Netanyahu's extremist government.
We must have international conference that both Israeli and Palestinian will be invited, but we must have international intervention.
Regaining Palestinian trust after the devastating losses Israel has inflicted on Gaza is by no means a given either. Margaret Evans, CBC News, Jerusalem.
Canada voted in support of that UN resolution calling for a humanitarian ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. That marked a shift from years of voting with Israel. As Rafi Boudjikanian reports, that change has angered some big supporters of the Liberal Party and caused a serious split within the Liberal caucus.
At the Liberals' annual holiday party Tuesday night, an admission from the Prime Minister.
What's happening in the Middle East is reverberating around the world, across Canada, and within our Liberal Party. I've spoken with many of you personally, and I know how extremely difficult it has been.
By Wednesday morning, those conversations no longer internal.
The humanitarian crisis in Gaza has worsened. Nearly 2 million people are displaced. We have seen over 18,000 innocent civilians being killed, 70% of which are children and women. As a mother, it has been very difficult for me in the last 2 months to see all those pictures coming up.
I'm disappointed in this vote. The motion is the motion. The motion was an unconditional call for a ceasefire. I do not support an unconditional call for a ceasefire.
All this after Canada sided with a majority of countries at the United Nations in voting for a humanitarian ceasefire, following weeks of the government saying it wouldn't go there, leaving the U.S. one of Israel's few allies at the General Assembly.
The continued loss of civilian life is just intolerable and unacceptable. The United States does not believe that a ceasefire is the way to accomplish that objective. There were issues with that resolution.
Back in Ottawa, Trudeau said the ceasefire would take both sides laying down their arms.
We're going to keep participating in urgent international efforts towards a sustainable ceasefire. We need to see it stop using civilians as human shields. And there cannot be any future role for Hamas in the governance of Gaza. In the meantime, we're going to continue to press and work with international partners towards a two-state solution where Palestinians and Israelis can live in peace and security in internationally recognized border.
All this as the U.S. and the United Kingdom announced sanctions against Hamas today. No word on Canada moving in that direction. Trudeau simply saying his government is considering all the tools at its disposal. Rafi Boudjikanian, CBC News, Ottawa.
A new report from Statistics Canada shows the amount Canadians owe relative to their income has dipped slightly. On average, Canadians now owe $1.82 in debt for every dollar of disposable household income. Believe it or not, that's a slight improvement from the previous quarter. But the cost of servicing debt has crept higher. The cost of borrowing has risen since the Bank of Canada started raising interest rates last year, an effort to fight inflation. Canada's Human Rights Commission is facing a crisis of confidence. That's according to a new Senate report, a document in response to complaints of anti-Black racism filed by some of the Commission's own employees. CBC's David Thurton has the story.
We could have a better
Bernadette Becci continues to work at the Canadian Human Rights Commission, despite the toll it's taking on her and others.
There's no real changes yet. Employees of the Commission, myself, are still looking and are still waiting for the systemic changes that we asked for.
A Senate committee report backs up her claims that anti-Black racism and other forms of discrimination are pervasive at the Human Rights Commission and also throughout the federal public service.
We're not talking about a minor issue here. This is major.
According to the report, the discrimination at the Canadian Human Rights Commission could plunge it and its mission into a crisis of confidence.
How can you expect any Black Canadian in this country who's experiencing anti-Black racism and has a case that they should be able to take to the Canadian Human Rights Commission when there's no confidence in the Commission's ability to handle their case? That's the crisis of confidence.
The study came after several past and present employees first spoke out exclusively to CBC News, alleging the Commission was a toxic place for racialized staff. They also alleged that all-white teams worked on human rights cases involving racism and tended to dismiss them at a higher rate than others. A workplace labor grievance determined the Commission discriminated against workers.
Canada should be ashamed
that it has a human rights commission that is discriminating against citizens, against its own workers.
Responding to the new report, the Canadian Human Rights Commission says it's committed to doing what is necessary to ensure that everyone in Canada can trust in the Commission to conduct its work with integrity and accountability. The Commission and the Justice Minister are still reviewing the Senate's report.
We have to take these allegations seriously. I know the Canadian Human Rights Commission has made some preliminary comments in that regard and rooting out systemic discrimination of any kind, but particularly anti-Black racism.
Workers and the Senate have called for an independent review on the conditions that Black and racialized workers face at the Commission. So far, no commitment yet from the Justice Minister to undertake one. David Thornton, CBC News, Ottawa.
For the first time in 70 years, a different monarch's face is now on Canadian coins. Coming up, we'll get the reaction from some of the first Canadians to receive the coins. You're watching CBC Winnipeg News. You know, it may seem a little odd the first time you hold one, because for the first time in 7 decades, there's now the image of a different monarch on Canadian coins. The Royal Canadian Mint held a coin exchange yesterday to give people the chance to get their hands on some of the first loonies, the first toonies that bear a portrait of King Charles. CBC's Nicole Williams reports.
Inside the Royal Canadian Mint, people lined up all day, eagerly waiting to get their hands on one of these.
Well, it's certainly different.
In exchange for $3.40, people got $3.40, all Canadian coins that now bear the effigy of King Charles III.
It's, the first new coin in 70 years to feature a different monarch, so it's very significant. It's a historic change to our coins, and people want to be a part of that.
It's the first time in 70 years a king has been featured on Canada's toonies, loonies, quarters, nickels and dimes. Since 1953, Queen Elizabeth II was the familiar face on Canadian coins.
It feels weird, but because, for most of my life, she's the only monarch I've known.
Now these coins are entering circulation just 7 months after the coronation of King Charles, an unprecedented timeline for the Royal Canadian Mint.
We're not just dealing with the Government of Canada and the Department of Finance to whom we report, and the King himself, gave the nod to his portrait. So all these people had to align.
Some here driving hours for what will no doubt become a collector's item.
He wanted to be one of the first one in his class to get the new coin.
Officials with the Mint say it may be a little while longer before you get one of these at the cash register. Entering new coins into circulation takes time. Nicole Williams, CBC News, Ottawa.
Weather Update is brought to you by the art and beauty of the National Ballet of Ukraine. January 29th at the Burton Cummings Theatre. Tickets at nationalballetukraine.com.
Coins coming to a cushion near you, you were saying, a couch cushion or a vending machine.
I wonder how long that's going to take, really.
to get them in circulation and get them lost. So, John, there's a meteor shower.
Meteor shower, it's the Geminid meteor shower. Now, this is one of the better ones of the year. And the good thing about tonight is that we don't have a full moon. We don't have much moonlight at all. So the sky is pretty dark. Have a look at this. So you'll look over to the eastern sky. And the other good thing about the Geminids is that they arrive a little bit earlier. You don't have to stay up until like 3 or 4 in the morning. You could probably see something tonight. Now, these peak tonight and tomorrow, but really Thursday is the better day to see them. So tomorrow night, and I'm expecting relatively clear skies through both of the nights. And look at this, tomorrow night up to 120 meteors per hour. So best thing to do is, well, first of all, have a nap and then dress like you're going to the moon. I know it's not going to be that cold, but when you're standing outside that long, you'll need to stay warm and then get away from city lights. And it seems like for seeing northern lights or for seeing something like this, maybe Birds Hill Park might work. It's relatively close to the city, but it's dark enough. Look at the temperatures. We're getting a 4 in Eli. That's a +4. -3 in Winnipeg. So, yeah, -2 still down at the Forks. The normal high is -10 degrees. And these 4s are Eli out toward Portage, Morden, Winkler at 4 degrees right now, still 0 in Brandon. But sometimes just on the western edge of the Red River Valley, we will see temperatures elevated slightly. It's over 0 in the Pas, 0 in Flin Flon, -5 in Thompson, -10 in Churchill. And the forecast conditions for tomorrow, not just here in the south, but up through northern Manitoba, are very, very mild as well. These are the lows tonight. -3s and -4s. We'll see clearing skies overnight in northwestern Ontario. Relatively clear skies here. A few clouds through the evening, but hopefully clear enough to see the Geminid meteor shower. A low of -2 in Winnipeg. -2s and -3s pretty much all across the southeast. And the southwest, we're looking at temperatures that in some cases stay above zero. Portage, Dauphin at +1 with clear skies, -2 though in Swan River. The lows tonight across the north are much warmer than they should be. We'll see some clearing in the evening in Island Lake, and a windy day tomorrow in Churchill, northwest 50 to 70, but a high of 3 degrees. Otherwise, 1s and 2s and decent amount of sunshine all across the north. We'll see lots of sunshine here in southern Manitoba, 3 to maybe 5 or 6 around Portage, Morden, Winkler. Emerson be around 6 or 7 degrees, 4 in Winnipeg, lots of 3s and 4s here with nothing but clear sky and clear skies, and as high as 7 degrees tomorrow in northwestern Ontario and Fort Frances, 3 in Kenora and Red Lake.
Thanks very much, John.
You're welcome.
It has the potential to be the biggest project to revamp Winnipeg's downtown in the past half-century. Coming up, we'll hear what a new partnership means for the transformation of both Portage Place Mall and the old Bay Building in Winnipeg's downtown. CBC Winnipeg News will be right back. The Southern Chiefs Organization and True North Real Estate Development have revealed details of their new downtown collaboration. SCO plans to transform the Bay Building into a place for economic and social opportunity where First Nation heritage is celebrated. True North wants to build housing and a healthcare centre at Portage Place. It's viewing the project as social redevelopment first and a real estate development second. So what difference could that make to Winnipeg's downtown? This morning, Information Radio's Emily Braff spoke with Kate Fensky, the CEO of the Downtown Winnipeg Biz.
It really is a monumental step forward for both economic and social reconciliation and the transformation of downtown Winnipeg. And when I think about it, what was so evident yesterday is that we are going to be doing things in a different way. There is a level of collaboration happening in this city that we haven't seen in decades. And what that can do is we can just achieve such greater results. And I think it's so exciting. You know, we've got the right partners in place, the right pieces for these two projects that we weren't sure what the future was going to be.
What do you think's inspiring that spirit of collaboration?
I think we've learned over, especially the last couple of years, that it's really challenging to do things on your own. And, you know, in order to get the right results for community, you need to have so many different voices and partners at the table to make that happen, that we all play a part in the transformation of our downtown. And in order for our downtown to be successful, we all need to figure out, you know, how we can contribute. And I think one of the reasons why it's so important, especially these two projects led by True North and by Southern Chiefs Organization, our downtown has to be successful in order for our city and our province to be successful. And that's what we heard at the announcement yesterday from decision makers, from the Premier to the Mayor to the federal government. We've got all parties on board to make this happen.
And, you know, it's not a power couple we've heard about before, SCO and True North working together. Like, why is it important that those two groups that are pretty different come together?
Yeah, it's really exciting. You know, I think when we first heard about these projects, I mean, both of them on their own would be game changers for downtown, but they're across the street from each other. And when we look at the opportunities, you know, both of them are looking at bringing in more housing, which is so critical both for our city but for our downtown. We need more residents living downtown as things have shifted in terms of not as many workers, but also community amenities and supports. And that's really what's critical for our downtown, is that we're creating a neighborhood for the people, the 18,000 people that already live downtown. What are the things that they are going to need? But also as we grow and as we shift and as we change. So when I think about reconciliation and how Winnipeg is really leading in that area in Canada, this is something that we haven't seen before. You know, you have a private company that is locally invested, and you have Southern Chiefs Organization working closely together to find where there's opportunities. So we're talking about training opportunities for Indigenous peoples, education opportunities, housing, and sharing of resources. I think it's just a different way at looking at how we do development, and it's really exciting.
What else stood out to you about this Southern Chiefs and True North announcement?
You know, I think I've been getting some questions from folks just in the last 24 hours, like, do I think this is really going to happen? Do we actually think that these projects that you know, 3 years from now, we're going to see them complete? And I do. I'm more optimistic than I've been, you know, since 2019 about the future of our downtown. And when you look at, you know, yes, there's been a 6-month extension on the purchase of Portage Place. That makes sense. Absolutely. They are doing their due diligence. They are consulting with the community. Southern Chiefs Organization, I had a tour of Wayway-Nebaga Kinagon, and in there, and they're really doing that project very carefully, making sure that they are archiving historic artifacts, that they are putting more material into recycling than landfill. So both of these leaders in our community are taking their care and caution with these projects to make sure they're done right. So we still have a long way to go. When we look at Portage Avenue, you know, in our zone, we've got a 30% ground floor vacancy. And what's really critical for businesses right now is businesses need people, customers. And so it's also, you know, what does our downtown look like? How are we judged when people come here and visit? So there's some basic infrastructure things along Portage Avenue that really could use some investment. If we've got, you know, Indigenous governments and organizations and private sector investing in our downtown, we need to make sure as well that governments are looking at what role can they play. And we heard that yesterday from the Premier and the Mayor, that they want to support these projects, make sure they're successful, but downtown overall as a whole.
Emily Brass speaking with Kate Fensky. John Sauter's got your 7-day forecast when we return, and then we'll bring you the Daily Lift. Stay with us.
Well, we've been talking about warm temperatures, but how about the lack of snow? This is a radar image that winter sport enthusiasts just don't want to see. There's absolutely nothing going on here in Manitoba, and already we are way down on how much snow we should have. There is a storm system brewing to the south. Most of the models are keeping that up into Minnesota as we head into Friday, so it looks like it will stay to the south of us. Almanac, well, there are the normals, nowhere near that. Look at the record low, minus 39.4. And only 2 years later, it was a record high at 6.7, but well over 100 years ago. We're warm the next few days, and then on into the weekend, we are still very mild, -1 Saturday, -3 Sunday, -3s and -4s next week. At Shaughnessy Park School near Keewatin Street and Selkirk Avenue in Winnipeg, an annual concert offers more than just Christmas tunes to the community.
Right. It also gives students from preschool to grade 8 the chance to be involved in the arts. For your Daily Lift tonight, CBC's Jim Agapito takes us to a rehearsal for a concert called Sneezy the Snowman.
Okay, go on in. Come and stand over here. Right now we're getting ready for our winter concert, and that's all of our students in nursery, kindergarten, grades 1, 2, and 3, 7, 8 band. We are gonna run through all of our songs back to back like we did last class. For our kiddos, a lot of the times the only arts education that they're getting is what happens in our building. So the only time they're getting music education is what they get from me.
If I could fly like a snowflake, I'll never ever fly.
This is the big opportunity for those students to get to perform and go through the process of putting on a production, go through the process of rehearsing and performing and learning music and learning repertoire.
Happiness
Eyes on me.
is here to stay with Coco.
This is like a tradition in our community. This is something that families look forward to. This is something kids look forward to. This is something that grandparents come into town for. This is something that aunts and uncles come for.
Can warm me on a cold night.
It's so much fun and it's a huge privilege, but it's a lot of work. But it's so good on that concert day when you see the lights come up and the kiddos are on stage and then they hear the crowd and the crowd always blows up and the kids are so excited and they are so proud and it is such a rush. And like I sometimes cry on stage because it's so cool to see what the kids can accomplish and what the kids can do.
Snowman, snowman, where you go?
Oh, that's so cute.
You know, it seems like kids at that age, they're not quite old enough to get nervous. They get more excited about performing in front of their families. And
Yeah,
really nice.
it's so cute. And thank you to all the people who work so hard to put on those concerts for Grandma and Grandpa and Baba and everybody.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work and it means a lot. So, and probably at times you're like, you know. Thank you for being with us.
Have a great night.
See you tomorrow.